What's up, guys? Welcome to the Reload Podcast. My name is Cody Luongo, and here we are bringing you weekly Counter-Strike news, intel, updates, everything you need to know. Bring a little spice to it, a little bit of zest. Today, we're going to be talking about this whole year in Counter-Strike. 2018 has been an amazing year for the game. We'll be going over just some of the news, transfers, everything per usual, and maybe cracking a couple jokes here and there. We like to keep everyone's spirits up and smiling and all that. So we appreciate you guys coming in and watching as always. And of course, I want to bring in my guest, my friend. He's dialing in from home. He's on vacation right now, and he's still coming on, making the time and putting in the work into the Reload. We always appreciate that. It's Erik DaBears Stromberg, baby. Let's see him.
I'm not dabbing. I'm running, guys. I'm running, all right? I am not dabbing. I want to make that clear. Make that clear to everybody. How's it going, Cody?
I am A+, baby. I'm flying right now.
Good.
I feel amazing. You know what I mean? It's just one of those days.
I felt kind of, a little touched my heart when you called me a friend as well. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow.
I appreciate that.
I like that. I have the golden touch, baby.
How's Christmas, or how's the week before Christmas treating you out here?
The week before Christmas, man. That sounds like...
What day is this? 20th. It's 5 days.
Wow. They just creeps on you at this age. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Time goes by a little quicker once you get a little older.
Yeah.
Little notches under your belt, things go a little quick. Is when you're younger, you're looking for Christmas, you're excited, you want to open presents. When you get adult, you just want to have enough money to pay the bills, and that's really all that keeps you happy.
You just want it to be over, pretty much.
I don't want to be a Grinch. I love Christmas. I'm just joking a little bit. Little jokes.
I hear you. It's true, though. It's like when I was younger, I'm making a countdown for Christmas like 180 days in advance. You know what I mean? I'm like counting it down.
That's a long time.
Carving it into the wall. Parents hate me.
Looks like you're just trapped, in your room. Just got those lines on there. Yeah, I've been here for 33 days.
It's carved into the wall with a dagger. My mom and dad are like, we need to have a talk. What's going on? I'm like, it's Christmas. This is Christmas.
I had a talk. We've all had that talk, right?
I think so. One talk or the other.
Who knows?
What are we talking about here?
Join the Midwest. I'm back in Chicago, baby.
I like that.
Well, not technically Chicago. I'm a little called Rockford. But I say Chicago because no one knows where Rockford is half the time. So, I enjoying the cold weather. I like snow. The seasons. It's great. I got a ghetto rig going here. I got my iPod earbuds plugged into the computer. I'm using the microphone on the webcam. It's just to make this work. I want to be on
putting in the work, man. I appreciate that, and I gotta say, like, the setup you have behind you.
You like that? That,
dude? I feel like I'm there. This is like the coziest Christmas setup ever.
You got the fireplace over there. I can't. You think personally, make it for all this? Look at this. It looks so nice out here. Fireplace, books, and fake trees in here. I don't buy fake trees. I don't buy fake trees.
I got that.
The parents do, though.
Yeah. The parents will do that.
You gotta respect it. Yeah, they do. They like to decorate. Yeah. What they like to do.
It's the textbook, like, holiday, I'm home shot right there. So,
Textbook, middle-class white person in the Midwest. Pretty much what it is.
It looks good, man. It looks good.
Thank you.
So, this year in Counter-Strike year, right? It's been
a big one.
It's been a wild ride, right?
Really wild ride.
I don't even know necessarily where to start. I'm just going to run through some of the news stories. And one that you brought to me, right, was VP exiting Counter-Strike. VP, Virtus Pro. What is up with
Virtus
that?
Pro, one of the, I guess, a couple years, like one of the most legendary CSGO teams in history of Counter-Strike, especially, even Neo and Posh and all of them going back to 1.6. So these guys have been in the pro scene for at least 10 years. Pro scene, 10 years. So very long time, plus 10 years, 10 plus years, very long time. It's kind of sad to see them go the way they did. They kind of just fizzled out instead of maybe going off on a high note, which is, it kind of sucks. But This will either put a lot more motivation in their hearts, or maybe they're just going to retire and move on. I mean, they had a very great career, winning championships throughout the years through 1.6 and CS:GO, and it's kind of sad to see them go. And I mean, hopefully, some of them, if they continue playing, will find homes. Like Pasha was mentioning, he's still looking and still wants to play. So I haven't heard much from Neo or. Excuse me. I think they're going to build a team around Snatchy. That was a rumor. But that was what I think VP said.
Okay.
And Snatchy has a whole ton of potential. But right now, are they going to go with full Polish again? Who knows? It's the Polish scene's kind of split up right now between, I guess, Ego and Kingwin.
Yeah.
So we'll see what kind of developments that they'll do.
So Neo, you think about Neo and VP and like the history of this organization, all things considered, like this is actually like a legendary organization, right? In CS.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just sort of fizzled out with a string of poor performances. This year was far from their best. And
yeah, it's pretty abysmal. What kind of surprises me the most about how terrible it was. So I was casting ECS pretty much at the end of October, beginning of November, and it was Virtus Pro versus Astralis. And this is when Astralis was, I mean, they're still pretty dominant, but they were literally almost pretty much undefeated in ECS. I think they had one loss against LDLC right before that. But the point being is that Virtus Pro showed a lot of promise in that matchup against Astralis. He played up to Astralis' standards, at least on one map. And Snatchy was absolutely godlike in the series. He played extremely well, pretty much one of the main reasons why they were kept into it. But the thing is, after that, they just have abysmal losses. I mean, they're losing to pretty much every single team, and it's not even close. Singularity, Swole Patrol, Vitality, I mean, the only team they seem to really beat on a consistent basis is Kingwin, and I think that's more of a chip on their shoulder against Taz than anything else.
Right.
But they just been looking so poor. And to be honest, I wish someone from Virtus Pro would come out and just lay it all out. Like, why are you guys playing so bad? Is it lack of practice? Is it internal? Is it your playing situation, the internet? I don't know. Like, just come out and just tell us something and nothing at all, because I personally want to know, what happened? How did this happen? How did the Titan like VP fall so far? I wouldn't say quick, but in the last year and a half, they pretty much went, consistently top 3 team in the world, to pretty much knocked out all the pro leagues, ECS, Pro League, and all that stuff, EPL. So I'm just curious, like, what happened? It's crazy to think that they just fell so far.
There wasn't really even, like you said, like a lot of explanation behind it. They're not talking about really any of the details, like internally what's going on. I saw the statement, I think it was on VP's page, saying it was the general manager or something like that, just saying that they're kind of taking a step back, but that they had plans possibly for the future. Also very, what's the word? Not mysterious, but you know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of detail to it. So
yeah, I mean, all they really mentioned again was just the build the team around Snatchy, and that's really all that's really been mentioned. So hopefully they'll release something before the new year, or quickly right after New Year, because right now the CS is kind of done. People are going home, spending time with family. So we have a couple weeks of just people gossiping pretty much. And so we'll see if anything leaks for VP. It'd be nice for a lot of the fans. VP has a huge fan base, especially in the Poland area.
Yeah, it's I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's good. It's good PR for them, right? You know what I mean? Like, in a way, it could be the relaunch.
In a way,
the relaunch of VP. That would be hype as hell.
It would be pretty good, but like it depends on who they get. Like who, because we got people locked in contracts. I don't know too much about the Polish scene other than Kingwin and AGO. I mean, who else can they pull? Are they going to have to pull people from other teams? Are they going to go more a national roster, keeping it outside Poland, which is very interesting indeed if they go that route.
Right.
but I don't know. It's really up in the air. It's just it seems like they're really on their back foot right now in terms of, do we continue with CS, which I hope they do. They should, because they've been in it for a while and that's what they're known for. But maybe other games as well, Dota or League of Legends or something. They might even go in those directions a lot harder. Just take the money out of CS:GO and put more into that.
Right. Yeah, it would be sad to see them officially leave, but I'm pretty sure they have a sick Dota team as well. I remember doing like covering VP were like the favorites going into the international. I don't know. Do you watch Dota at all?
I watch a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't watch as much. I don't watch that much, but when TI and stuff rolls around, or maybe a major, I'll tune in, watch a couple matches. I'm a big fan. I like to play and casually play and watch MOBAs like League of Legends and Dota. It's good to see how that scene's in development, or not in develop, but how it progressed throughout the years. So it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do like MOBAs.
You a big Dota guy? Are you a big Dota?
See, like I was sort of forced into it. I never really played a lot of Dota, and then on assignment, I was forced to cover Dota. So like covering a MOBA, one like League of Legends or Dota, to the naked eye is probably one of the most complex things to ever try to understand. So I know a lot more about the narratives around like the teams and such, but I don't actually play Dota myself.
Yeah, I'm a pretty much a noob in Dota, but I've played since Dota 1, so I know the basics. I know, a majority of the heroes and stuff like that, and as you said, if you're not trained to it, it's very difficult to watch in terms of understanding. And if you're a person coming into esports and just looking into like a MOBA, it's not as simple and easy like FPS is like Counter-Strike,
right?
Where it's pretty self-explanatory for the most part.
It's very pretty and self-explanatory.
Very pretty. Very easy on the eyes, CT models have been working out.
There you go. Played Dota 1 and 1.6 Bears. You're like an esports relic.
I'm so old, man. I've been in it since 1999 is when I started playing. 1998 is when I started playing PC FPSs. It was like Quake and Half-Life.
You were you're like one of the founding fathers of this ecosystem we're in.
I'm one of many. It's a whole community that just kind of had the passion and love for playing competitive video games that throughout the years just build it. And
you were there.
I just kind of stuck through it a little longer than others.
We should chisel your face on Mount Rushmore. More.
Rushmore, yeah.
Rushmore.
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm choking.
Don't forget the dimples.
I won't. Prime asset. Apart from VP, we had Astralis who rounded out the season in dynamite fashion. Oof. We had discussed what was it going to be like winning the ESL Pro League finals in Denmark on the home soil, win the Intel Grand Slam, and they did it all. And then they won Blast Pro Series Lisbon, just like a little icing on the cake, really.
Yeah, these guys are definitely the best team. Obviously this year, but probably one of the best teams in CS history. This is talking about 1.6 source. I've seen a lot of it, and these guys are playing at a level where it's literally the best of the best, and their teamwork and aim is individual skill is top notch, number one. And so it's very, very, very difficult to see that level of consistency at a pro level. But these guys proved it all year round. And it was only a matter of time for Astralis. Throughout the years when they were on a TSM and Team Secret and whatnot, the core was always good. They were always, top 4, top 5. For a while, a couple years ago, they're having a harder time to win tournaments with Kerrigan in the lineup. But ever since, bringing on Glaive and Magis, they've turned into one of the most dominating teams in the history of CS. And I'm curious to see if they can continue this for another year, or at least be close to it for this next year. And so it's really fun to watch. It kind of sucks for if you're not a fan of them because you
Right.
want your team to win.
Hmm.
But I mean, you just can't deny that the CS they're playing is beautiful. It's smart. It's selfless CS. It's something that you want to see in every team. And so, I mean, it's great. I'm glad I was a part to at least watch some of their championship vibe.
Right. Good way to put it. Championship vibe. They I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine. I can't, like, honestly, a whole another year of Astralis reigning.
Well,
I
I mean, I can't imagine either. I mean, it's hard to imagine because it's been a while since we've had such consistent dominance, and so you know, it's we have to think to ourselves, well, it can't happen. It can't continue to happen. But I mean, it looks like is a very good chance because a lot of teams are changing up rosters. There's
right.
another shuffle here and there that we'll talk about. There's not really a team tactical wise or even head around the level of Astralis yet. So I mean, it could be another 6 months of pure Astralis dominance before we see teams actually starting to beat them in the best of three series. I mean, you could always take a map off Astralis, but what makes them so strong is the best of three, best of five series, where
100%.
they're so good at adjusting, and it gives them multiple chances to come back because this team comes back from every situation.
Uh-huh.
I've seen them come back from what it was like a 14-4 scoreline, and they come back, and I mean they end up losing overtime. It was against LDLC and ECS, but there's so many situations where you can never count Astralis out until that final score is in and it's over because they have that ability. Zipnik's just amazing. He's just he comes back, he just wins every one on X situation. It's just incredible.
I am so happy you said that because that is the strongest point of Astralis that I think. That's like their best asset is that you really can never count this team out, and they are at every time they're at a deficit, it's just like they know. They are so cool,
Yeah.
calm, collected. Like the level of professionalism needed to be, down in a CS game and at some of the deficits that I've seen that we've all seen and watch
Mhm.
them come back is incredible. And it's like I don't think any other team is even in the same ballpark as Astralis in that regard, having that
Yeah,
composure.
and it's not something that you can really. I mean, you can kind of learn it, but it's just wanting it. Like that level of focus in the moment. When you're down, it's almost Michael Jordan esque,
Yeah.
where okay, the Bulls are down 10 points. Give the ball to Michael. He's going to score points. I mean, he always did. He
Hmm.
always did. He always managed to score and help his team out. And just like Astralis, they're able to do that. That championship focus where they're able to just come back from anything, and it's just incredible to watch. And I don't know how you learn something like that. It's just extreme amount of confidence is one of the key factors. You have to have extreme amounts of confidence, and so I mean, teams can lose it. Astralis can lose that championship vibe,
No
but
doubt.
it'll take a couple losses for that to kind of fade away. So until
Hmm.
that, I mean, there's no reason for them to digress in their play style.
Yeah, I can't agree more. Like Astralis just has this. They have a lot of blue blood in them. They have the championship blood, and it's like that concept of focus or being able to remain so composed is something that transcends outside of Counter-Strike, outside of the game. It's
Mm,
all mental because
yeah.
we've talked about that before. It's half skill, half mental, I'd say, right? Something like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
And
It's a lot of it's mental. There's a lot of
yeah,
great players out there. I mean, these people that they're beating are not pushovers. They're some of the best in the world,
yeah.
and so I mean, the skill is there. It's the same as some of these top teams. It's the same, but there's something more. There's something extra that Strauss has, and a confidence and mental is just they have it way more than any other team right now. Way more. Even simple on Navi, he lost a lot of his confidence in his last recent months, and
Yeah.
Navi's starting to fall apart. They're starting to kind of fall apart. They can't rely on Simple carrying them every single match, or Electronic, I should say. Simple Electronics carry them every single match. You have to have something more, and Astralis got that.
It's a hell of a hell of a notion, right? I would love to kind of, pick at these guys' pick at their
Yeah,
brains and
I want to
figure
talk
out
to
why.
their sports psychologist. I think they're. I remember a while back ago. I think Astralis was one of the first teams to get a sports psychologist.
Mhm.
This was maybe 1.5, 2 years ago. Could be wrong, but I remember them getting a sports psychologist on the team. I'm like, huh, interesting. See how that goes. It looks like it's been working. Something's been working over there.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that they had a sports psychologist. Remember recently seeing, I think someone in CS mentioning that they wanted a sports psychologist, though.
Yeah, it's been a lot more common thing for a lot of these. I guess you could call them tier one organizations.
Hmm.
They're literally going. They're trying to mimic a professional sports team kind of a structure. You got the organization behind a team, and then you have therapists, you got mental psychologists, you got people to work on their wrists and arm and
Right.
massage them and stuff like that. So,
Mm.
and it makes sense because a lot of these teams are being bought out by professional teams like the Dallas Stars and the
Right.
Golden State Warriors and whatnot. So it only makes sense for them to kind of bring over some of that structure to esports because sports has been around for a lot of these sports been around for 100 years plus, and so it's why reinvent the wheel, take for what's been done and what works and
Yeah.
just bring it over to esports.
Yeah, I think it's a good move for esports organizations in general, especially like when you talk about how important that like mental aspect is. And not to mention, I don't know, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like it's actually probably more emphasized like the mental aspect in esports rather than like professional sports. Because I feel like in a professional sport game, like I remember playing soccer, like you can dig it out, right? Like you could just push
Yeah,
through a lot of the bullshit. If I'm having a bad day, like
yeah,
I play soccer and forget about it. But I feel like if you're having a bad day and you go into a game on Counter Strike, Halo, whatever, it's gonna mess you up hardcore.
and I mean I think there's some truth to what you said, but again, you're probably taking soccer. I don't know if you're a professional soccer player,
This is true.
but on a professional level, I would think that the mental would be a lot stronger in terms because people are pretty skilled at a
Hmm.
professional level. It's if you're lower level in anything, you could outskill people to a certain degree, obviously, but I think even professional sports, it's heavily mental. You see a star player coming at you, sometimes you hesitate a little bit, maybe overthink things because you don't want this guy to posterize you or anything like that. And that little
Yeah.
hesitation, oh, they just ran by you, scored a basket. So it's it's pretty similar to CS. You're
Yeah.
afraid to peek, you hesitate in peeking, you die. It's or you put yourself in a bad spot where you eventually die. It
Hmm.
goes both ways, and
Yeah.
so uh, like you can't have any hesitation. You got to commit to what you is your game plan and whatnot. And Australia just does it the absolute best.
No doubt. Yeah, definitely up for debate. I think you're right on that point. First off, I was not a professional soccer player, but I was a New England prep school soccer Class A champion 3 years in a row, baby. South Kent,
Woo! Okay,
shout
okay.
out. Okay,
All right, all right.
three-peat.
There you
You're
go.
nice. I was a
I like
forward.
that. I don't want to call you out like that, but you got some skill. You got some skill
I'm
right
there,
there, so you
baby.
kind of know.
I
I don't
could back
know.
it up.
There you go.
If we're
I
one v
like that.
oneing on Mirage or something, another difference,
Anything
another
goes.
story.
Anything can happen. You never know. Maybe you're having a good day. Who
Yeah,
knows?
might
Maybe
come
you're
out
having a
there.
bad day.
Might peak at
It
the right
happens.
time.
All it takes. History's not written in stone. Anything's possible.
I
Okay.
know. We should make this happen. Reload show match. Bears, Luongo. In the server, baby.
I go pretty hardcore. I'd be practicing for a lot, and I don't want to lose.
All right, you don't know. I'm gonna start
That'd
boot
be a
camping over
nightmare.
Christmas. I'm canceling Christmas. I am boot camping for the show match against Bears. Let it be known.
I like it.
Well, while you're there, sipping your coffee on your nice little Burgundy
I don't even
couch.
play CS. I haven't played CS. I haven't played CS in probably a good week since being
Good.
here, and so it's
Good.
gonna take some time off, come back stronger,
Absolutely.
hungry,
Ooh.
hungry for the new year.
I think you're ruffling my feathers. You better get out of here, boy. I ain't scared.
Let's shake it up.
Talking about
Right.
good
Right.
CS. Yeah, let's go. Get composed. Ready? In the zone, baby. One more. Boom. Hat's going up.
It's getting hot
It's
in here.
legit. It's legit now.
It's getting hot. This is let's see if I can make this work. There we
So
go.
that's beautiful. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
ESL Pro League goes LAN. Have you heard of this?
Yes, and
This
I'm
is
so
amazing.
happy.
This is incredible.
Finally, after 15 years of waiting for something like this, it's finally happening on a larger scale where there's actual more of a league. But I mean, don't get me wrong. They had CGS and all this kind of stuff. They've tried attempting this in the past, but nothing on a consistent, long-term basis. I mean, the last one I think comes to mind is probably E-League Season 1, which is pretty much League on LAN. But that was what, a month or two at most. So ESL, EPL definitely have a lot of big shoes to fill, but I'm excited because it's always a great step in the right direction to have LANs and tournaments just on LAN instead of online. So I'm happy for this. I'm excited too.
This is amazing. This is like the future of Counter-Strike, right?
I hope so. I hope this can inspire other investors and stuff to put in the money to be able to do this. And I think this is EPL's, in my opinion, EPL's final hurrah. If this doesn't work for EPL, I believe EPL might go away just because of all the Facebook shenanigans and whatnot. For them signing out to Facebook just really destroyed their viewership, and that can't be great for the sponsors. But they're putting all their eggs in the basket. If they can pull this off, this could definitely put more life into EPL. And be good for all esports, not just Counter-Strike, all esports, because it's you have one of the best games in terms of esports Counter-Strike, and you have it on a global mass scale where, okay, you put in all this money in to fly teams, to house them, to play leagues on LAN. It's good for investors. Like, oh, this is interesting. Let me just look more into esports. Grab even more people that weren't already following esports, or maybe a little hesitant on putting in money and investing, I should say. So I think this is a great move, and hopefully it will pay off because there's been disasters before CGS. So
was it?
That's part of that. Yeah, that was part of that. It was pretty much a disaster. I don't know what I can say, but a lot of shady stuff behind the scenes,
right.
And pretty much equaled blowing too much money too quickly at the wrong time.
Yeah, this is
like 2006.
The financial aspect of this is going to cost them a lot of money to fly teams out.
Oh yeah,
for LANs,
to house them, and
god,
everything, and like production on a daily basis in all the countries. It looks like they're just going all in right now. They're just going putting all their chips in the basket.
Balls to the walls, baby.
I'm all in.
Yeah. I just can't look past the Facebook deal though. Like that is like the one thing that is so hard to get by, because like in my opinion, this Facebook streaming is just it's just junk, like when compared to Twitch.
Yeah,
at least
it is pretty bad. And I don't think they also thought Facebook would tank the way they did in the last couple of years, because I remember them signing it before all this controversy with Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg and all that. And I mean, they had an idea that, well, everyone's on Facebook. This should work, right? But it's not how it works. A lot of people have been deleting their Facebook, not going to, like, personally, I hardly ever use Facebook. I use it to maybe message the people that aren't anything else, like a Twitter or Instagram or whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's. I mean, 10 years probably won't even exist, or maybe they go somewhere else, like not Facebook, maybe some different technological route, because they have billions of dollars. Eventually, they probably will have to pull out of Facebook if it doesn't revitalize itself.
Facebook's for old
So
people,
yeah,
not
it's
for the
for old
esports
people.
audience.
For people that went to college in 2000. Remember when Facebook was a college website?
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
you guys don't because you're young.
They always get mad at the youngins. Probably because you live with them
No,
now.
I'm not mad at youngins. I'm not mad at youngins. They just think they know everything.
Yeah, this is true.
I was there. We're all there at one point. Our egos are out of control. You get older, you kind of squash the ego a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you lose a little bit of that skill because you're not overly, just egotistically full of yourself, which is sometimes what it takes. Sometimes, all right? Small doses, guys. Not every single pug of every single game. Sometimes. Please.
Tell them, Bears. I gotta ask, have you played Danger Zone yet?
Yes. Yes, I've played some Danger Zone.
What are you thinking?
Okay. So,
Boom,
two main things, okay? First, let's start with the positive. I think, it's good for entry-level players that maybe are coming from BR other games, like a PUBG or Fortnite. It's not as thrashing as a competitive matchmaking, because the people who've been playing competitive matchmaking have been playing CS for a while. Even if you knew, they've still been playing for a while. And CS game's not too forgiving on the noob in terms of 5-on-5. You have to know what you're doing or you're gonna get destroyed. You have to know or you're gonna get destroyed.
Right.
But so I like the idea that it kind of helps more the casual, and it's something that they can build off. I hope they build off of this, because this kind of segues into my negative point. It's still kind of shitty. I play competitive. I'm a high. I got that elite kind of mindset where I want to play 5-on-5. Flash for me, smoke this, timing attacks. Let's go. That's what shakes me up. That's what gets me going.
Right.
When I play BR, especially in this mode, you got a pistol, you get like 5 bullets. You have to kill 8 people to get like a submachine gun. That's not fun for me. So I hope this is a good idea to where they could build off of that. Maybe have servers with more people. Maybe modes where the guns are a little more, higher available guns like rifles and silencers.
Give us some more ammo.
Give us some more ammo. That's probably. Give us some more ammo. And pick apart what was fun about PUBG. Okay, what made PUBG fun. You could hide in the bushes. You have it's long distances in a way where if you have a silence gun in PUBG, it's fun for me when I have it. It's terrible when I'm trying to look around and see who has it. But the point being is at least someone's having fun.
Yeah.
in this battle royale mode for CS:GO, it's like it's like CS deathmatch to me. So hopefully they could actually make it a true mod where it's not just like CS. Put some silence in the game. Put some attachments, add-ons, something. Put some scopes where you can put out AK. Well, it'd be cool to have an AK scope, right?
Yeah. Attack dogs.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Take it easy there, okay?
I got excited.
You get a little excited there. Doesn't Call of Duty.
You got me ramped up. You go silencers, scopes, lasers. I just think dogs. Okay. I want to attack dogs, tigers.
If it's, tigers, I wouldn't mind some tigers, okay? Make it a little different. Don't copy Call of Duty. Tigers. We haven't seen tigers in games jump on people like that. So, attack tigers,
that's
right?
Fair.
Compromise here, okay? Yeah, just add some different stuff. Build off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Build off of it. So, yeah, I think it has potential. Hopefully, Valve will do something about it.
So my impersonate, and I agree with most of what you're saying. I think first off, okay, if I have a drone that is flying to me to my location that I've bought on a little freaking Kindle Fire Stick or whatever, and it flies to me and delivers a gun It has 7 bullets in it. I can't. It's killing me.
It's
It
frustrating.
burns my
It's
soul.
frustrating.
Why?
I,
Why
I
7
feel that. I
bullets?
feel
Give me an extra
yeah.
mag. If you're flying a
It's trying to
drone,
give me something.
makes
Just
me
give me
angry.
something to work with here. Make
Same.
me not want to play CS deathmatch with 18 people and pistols. Okay,
Yeah.
build off of it. Potential, right? I'm not hating it.
Potential.
It has
Potential.
potential. It has potential.
So much potential.
Well, if Valve takes care of it, yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it at
I
that.
don't want
We'll
Valve
leave it at that.
I just want Valve just.
One thing I want to ask you around the danger zone idea. I've been seeing this because when initially I didn't think of this when I heard that Counter Strike was now free to play. Is that a bad thing?
Ooh.
What's the deal?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Free to play is great for people that don't want to pay the game, obviously, and it can bring a lot more, I guess, younger people as well as older people that never really wanted to spend $15 on CS. It's like, I'm bored one day. Let me just download and play it. They can get hooked. You never know. That's a great thing. The very negative part, obviously, is all now cheaters can get free accounts. They made every previous account that was in CSGO before this a prime account, which is very, very bad. I hate that because prime should be before prime was locked to your phone number. And so people who have prime accounts don't want to cheat usually on their prime accounts if it's locked to the phone that they use every day for 5 to 10 years.
Right.
That's something that it kind of put a deterrent on cheating. But now this has happened. It feels like all these previous accounts, who knows how many millions of accounts out there that just stockpiled all prime accounts now. So that's pretty stupid, in my opinion. Yeah, but I'm kind of thinking, okay, so if there might be more cheaters possibly, is this a good thing for VAC maybe? Now they'll have a lot larger sample size than they did before. If there's more cheaters, yeah,
There you
it
go.
might be the cost. Well, it might be the cost of playing, a lot more griefing for the average player. But is it better in the long run? I don't know. I mean, cheating is always one step ahead of anti-cheat, so it's probably not the best. So I don't know. It does have it has a lot of cons to it.
Okay.
For little pros, so hopefully it doesn't go too bad.
That's fair enough. I didn't think about possibly VAC detection software improving because of it. I don't know. For just
I mean, gotta try to find a positive, right?
Yeah.
Trying to find a positive.
Think of something. I'm like, where is it?
I'm going deep here, guys. I'm really pulling for this one. Okay, I'm trying to find something positive out of that.
That was a good effort. That was A+ work there, Bears.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Talk about transfer. The one that has shaken everyone's soul, mine included, is the potential. Now, this is not confirmed yet, to my understanding, right?
Not confirmed.
Unconfirmed. Okay. Taco returns to SK Gaming, aka MIBR.
I think it's confirmed.
Really?
Well,
I mean, basically.
I don't know if they signed any contract yet, but I think it's already a done deal. Maybe they're still working contract work, but I'm pretty sure it's a done deal. And they've already made the switch and everything. And Stewie is now in Team Liquid, and Taco and Zeus are in MIBR. So I think this is great for both teams. Maybe even better for Team Liquid. Here's why. A lot of people think Team Liquid got the shaft in this one because the main reason is Zeus. Zeus, the coach, leaving Liquid. Now, Zeus was a phenomenal coach, especially, he was with Luminosity and them way back in the day, helped with their major runs. But when he went to Team Liquid, he transformed maybe considerably top 3 team of North America to top 1 or 2. And you might say, well, that's not a big deal. That might not seem much, but it's a really huge deal because it's a giant step in terms of, you watch Team Liquid play, they have a lot of different strategies. They have different ways of doing it, the timing. They have ways to do, strat slow, fast, a lot of different variables that Team Liquid is really good at. Now, why I think Stewie going on Liquid is better for Liquid is because Taco, he's more of a role player kind of finding information. You know, he's probably going to play the exact same role as he did in the old SK Luminosity. But what with Stewie, I think he plays a similar role as Taco. Excuse me, but he's more aggressive than Taco, and I think that's what Team Liquid needs. They need a very aggressive, kind of a random player like Stewie, who's able to just go outside the norm, push to the limit, do random stuff to throw teams off. I think that's what Team Liquid needs. They need a player to throw people off because one of the, I mean, you could kind of call it a downfall or a downside for Team Liquid is that they're too structured, they're too predictable in a way. Even though they had one of the best years of Counter-Strike ever, they can never get that championship. You know, they kind of choke a little bit, whether that's because of preparation, because of mentality. I think a lot of it obviously has to do with mindset more than all of it, I think. And so I think Stewie will be able to give that no fucks kind of attitude to Team Liquid, which will maybe help propel the other players like a Nitro or an Elige in high tense situation. Elige is pretty good, but you know, sometimes he's been kind of a little absent sometimes in high match situations. So maybe it'll release some pressure off some of these players to be able to play that much better when you got to do it.
I like that
for that part.
That no fuck attitude, right? That like it's so like that is their brand, right? Like that is what this team. This is such like a cool team, like a cool group of guys, and I'm sad to see Taco go because like come here, my little Portuguese man, like give me a hug, like welcome to North America. But I mean, yeah, all things considered, even at the base level, right? You have now the North American squad, all the guys together, and then you have the Portuguese, Brazilians.
Yeah, so that's also actually pretty good for MIBR as well. Now they're full. They also speak Portuguese now.
Yeah.
So now there's no more speculations of communication errors. That should help them a little bit in game. And now Cold should be a lot happier because Cold played his best years, stats-wise and tournament-wise, when Taco was on the team. Whatever Taco and Cold did, it worked. It worked for him. It made him a star player, and it helped win championships and tournaments for the old Luminosity SK guys. And so, well, maybe more Luminosity than SK, but I think it's good. And then they have Zeus as the coach, which would also help them a lot more. He's probably really familiar with their play style, being on the team beforehand, and then playing against them, doing research, and now I mean, it's good for both teams. It's really good for both teams, and I think this should hopefully will elevate Liquid as well. I mean, there's obviously the coaching thing, which they still are looking for, but I hope that doesn't set them back. I don't think it will, but I guess you never know, right?
Right. Zeus was an amazing coach. It's going to be probably hard to see him leave, but this trade in general made so much sense. Like, this was like, I saw it and I was like, why the fuck didn't they do this earlier? You know what I mean?
I kind of feel sorry for Tark, though, because he's there
you go.
Up in the air right now. He kind of got left behind, Tark left Cloud9 to play with Stewie. Stewie leaves Tarek again to play with Team Liquid, and now Tarek again is kind of like, I gotta stop following this kid. I'm pretty sure it's not the best. I mean, I'm sure they're still friends, but Tarek's like, nah, no more. I wouldn't do it anymore if I was him.
Story. Right, it's like dating a crazy girlfriend, which I've done plenty of times. The situations are very similar. You can't.
Yeah, you gotta walk away. You just gotta walk away. Break up with Stewie, please. Just walk away.
A good friend of mine, break it up, guys. This relationship's over.
Break it up.
Good friend of mine once said, "You can't keep." I'm gonna forget this now. You can't keep walking on the same side of the street with the same hole in it and expect not to trip. I probably fucked that up pretty bad.
That's interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
I thought I was gonna say, don't stick your dick in crazy. And that's also good advice.
That works. We're going to put the X-rated version on this episode. Just disclaimer.
There we go. Over 18,
Yeah. Yeah, so here's an interesting thing. I heard This was from a source at Rush B Media, the Counter-Strike source,
Yeah.
not the game.
Okay.
Uh,
Source, yes.
he says that Complexity was looking at Tarek. That could be a
And
cool
I
move.
think that'd be pretty good for complexity.
Yeah.
I think they need maybe one more person with a little more experience. I don't know how they've been doing with Ye, but Ye came on as a young player, and in the honeymoon phase during the major stuff, he played pretty well. But since then, I haven't seen too much of him. Complexity has been losing to a lot of teams lately. They're very inconsistent. So I'm wondering if a Tark move would be a good one for complexity. And here's another thing: Jason Lake has been pretty active on Tark says something, is liking his Twitter or throwing pictures and
There
stuff.
you go.
So it's a little hint, but who knows? I don't know. I mean, it's not confirmed or anything yet.
Oh god.
And I mean, it would be a great move for complexity as well.
Yeah.
They just got a whole bunch of they just got, but they got a stadium being built in Dallas, probably already done,
Mm-hmm.
getting pretty close to
Huge.
being done. They have a Dallas, the Cowboy stars,
Yeah.
the Cowboys after them, behind them, supporting them with financial and whatnot. So I think will be a good move for complexity to kind of bump them up a little bit in terms of more respect, and maybe playing with Shazam and Stanislav and them
Yeah.
would it brings some good vibes.
Yeah,
I
no
think it'd be
doubt.
good for complexity if they could pick them up.
I think so too. It's interesting you said Jason Lake was liking and active on Tarek's Twitter. It's like when a girl likes your picture on Facebook and you're like, oh, I think she likes
Uh-oh.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you tell all your friends. You're like, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Speculation. Speculation.
It's all speculation, baby.
Mm.
One thing I want to talk about as well as we kind of round out towards the closer end of the show is Fnatic, right? This is a team
Mm.
that I think's on the come up. I called that they were going to win the PLG Grand Slam. Just saying.
You go. Nice
Um,
prediction.
but this is a team on the come up. Like I'm really excited for Fnatic. And then when I saw them at this event last week and see them on the bill, I'm thinking like, damn, like Fnatic could potentially win this, and like they could be like potentially a really strong team in 2019, right? They had their showing with
I
this
think so.
particular roster with Twist and Brolin at IM Chicago was their first appearance, and they had like a stunning showing. They nearly upset Australis
Yeah.
in what was, as the VP of ESL told me, arguably the most exciting match of Counter Strike played all year. And it
That was
was
a pretty
stellar.
insane series.
It was
It was
mental.
it, it was mental, and as you said, that with the addition of those two players, Twist and Brolin, uh, that propelled Fnatic in a way to where they have a lot more firepower now. They got experience of uh, Exist and JW and Crims to kind of just show the way a little bit. Crims has been very consistent. He's been playing a lot better this last half of the year. So he's been kind of reemergence, and I mean they've been doing pretty well in their past matches. I mean, with only a couple losses to like Australis or NIP and stuff,
Yeah.
but they've beat teams on a consistent basis for at least last 3-4 months. They've been doing pretty solid ever since they added those players, and so I think they do have a huge future ahead of them. And talking about the win of PLG, granted, they weren't the greatest of teams, but still,
Yeah.
they played well. They kind of smashed around G2 a little bit, and so it shows a lot of promise. It's better than losing, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they do have a lot of potential in showing it, and possibly maybe giving Astralis a run for their money. Their matches have been close. They take maps off
Yeah.
them, so it's only a matter of dotting your I's and crossing your T's when it comes to playing them again, to maybe even beat them in a series. So
Could be.
I'm kind of excited for Fnatic, and I'm sure Sweden is too. They want another they want
They
to be
want
at the
their
top again.
Yeah, they want their baby back, man. We want to see
They
Fnatic at
want
the top of the list,
Sweden back to
shout
the
out.
top.
Yeah, I'm
Back,
with
take
you,
out the
man.
Dane.
Dude,
You
I
know.
am. I know it might start like probably will start a civil war at some point.
You never know. You never
Yeah.
know. Each
Um,
president's involved, so
right. I'm excited
we'll
about
see.
Fnatic too. Right? I'm there right there with you. Like I think they have a lot of potential because there's always roster switches and there's speculation about team, but Fnatic is a team that made these changes. They brought these two guys in, and now they're showing. Right now they've only had
Yeah,
like two land debuts, and it's like you see them and you're like, holy shit, Fnatic is looking good
yeah,
right now.
they're looking good. They're looking real good.
Yeah. So hopefully they're soaking it in the holidays, whether it's sunny, snowing, whatever kind of climate they're in, and just prepare, get ready for 2019. This is gonna be,
Mm,
dare I say it? Dare I say
this will be a
it?
good year.
The year of
Uh,
Fnatic.
oh, whoa! You got a pretty big word.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what? If you're right, you look like a genius.
exactly.
If you're wrong, everyone's wrong, right?
Yep. I just cut it from
No
the
one can predict it.
playback. Just gets removed from the
Save that
VOD.
snippet. Save that snippet. And then next year, towards November, you're going to replay this and show how big of a brain you got, Mr. Galaxy Brain over there.
Galaxy brain.
Interstellar, baby.
Real quick, we got play of the week. This is pretty dirty. Betway picked
Okay.
it up. You've probably seen this, but let's go ahead and roll it real fast.
Side, and then we're just gonna fuck it. We're gonna lose on CT. Mid door, CT.
Oh! Oh my god! Is that fresh or what?
The jumping 360 no scope. That's one of the things. I mean, it looks great. It's amazing when you do it. But if I was that player, I'd be so salty at CS:GO. Especially me, I'd be. This would never happen 1.6. I just yell it out.
You take your
And just
laptop,
throw my
you're
hands
shaking
up.
it, you're just like, oh, I hate you.
It looks great. It's just, I mean, CS:GO.
Yeah.
CS:GO, guys.
You never
Now you
think
can see
about...
every.
Go on.
Now you can see every kid doing 360 no scopes in servers.
You
That's
never...
how it is. They see a shot, they're gonna practice it.
Yeah, right. Just smoke,
Mhm.
flash off the wall. But you're right. You never think about the other guy that is watching this flashbanged, jumping assailant spin around with an op and then blame you in the face.
Put your feet in their shoes. Okay, walk a mile in their shoes. That guy just tripped on his face.
I'm gonna walk around, put
Feel
on
that.
tactical boots, and walk around Dust 2 6 times. It's a mile. You're gonna feel.
There
You're
you
gonna let
go.
someone shoot you with a sniper. And if you
360 no
live,
scope, jumping.
then you can 360 jumping, no scope. And if you live, then you can talk about it.
Then you can talk about it, all right? Then you can talk about it.
Rounding out, we like to do our banter of the week. Banter is the greatest. And this one is
Yeah, banter.
so sweet to me. Tony, let's see it right now. Needs no introduction. Just a beautiful Christmas chicken that is now part of the CSGO dev update. Look at that beautiful little chicken.
Look at that chicken. Look at that map. One of my first ever matches in CS was on Militia.
Wow.
This is way back ago. This was on, was it OGL? Was that the league? I think it was OGL. It was like a ladder league. One of the first, way back in the day. Played a team called PAG, called Play No Asian Gang. But it was a great time. Good map. Let's see how it is. I wonder if did they say that they made any changes to this map, or is it just dark with snow? I don't think they did.
It was a few maps, I think, in like the casual playlist, not competitive, obviously.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be trying to play with the chickens, obviously.
Mhm.
Can you
Have
focus?
chickens.
It's a beautiful sweater, by the way.
Yeah. Wish they changed up the sweaters, but you know what? That's me complaining. Continue.
Yeah. It would be nice, right? We had like some new designs.
Nice. Change a different color. I don't know.
We had an ugly sweater party last night. I had a beautiful light pink sweater, a unicorn with a candy cane horn on it.
Ooh,
And I
so
thought about
majestic.
wearing it today, and I
You
absolutely
should
dropped
have.
the ball. I wore it yesterday.
It happens, man.
I had a lot to drink. I also slept in it, so and I was sweating.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good night.
it was.
Had a couple of those earlier this week.
Your holiday
Wake up
parties or
profusely
what?
sweating.
Oh yeah.
Well, mainly just hanging out with my family. They love to drink wine. They're a bunch of winos. They love
Yeah, yeah,
wine.
yeah.
So
Wine
I'll
like
have a couple
eats you
glasses.
up, right? I feel like it like
A little bit,
resets you
yeah.
for sure.
A little bit. I think so. I think it mainly probably depends on the person more than anything. But yeah, I can see it flushing. It makes me really tired. For
Yeah,
some reason, wine just puts me to sleep.
dude.
I like the taste,
Hell
though. I
yeah.
like a good wine.
Red or white?
I'm more of a red guy. I have white once in a while, but more red. Red's more of the casual, have it with dinner, just have it sit down, watch TV.
Cheers.
That's how I hold your wine, like
Yeah.
this. You're holding the stem,
Yep.
you're like,
Two. Need. Yeah. Have that.
yeah,
Got a lot
just
of
two. You can't
muscle
do too
there.
much. You can't do too much. You can't hold like this. You'd look like a heathen. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Psychopath, honestly, if you hold a wine glass. Like,
Get out of my house.
yeah, that's crazy. Bears, that's all we got today for this week in Counter-Strike. Now, next week, we're off. Christmas, obviously. You got any Christmas plans besides the fam? Like, what's going on over in Chicago? Like, give me the quick rundown. I want to know. I want to know.
Well, family stuff, and then after that, I'll be hanging out in Chicago for a couple of days, seeing some old friends,
Here we
and
go.
hanging out with my brother. He's pretty cool. He has some babies, some new babies. Take care of them a little bit.
Okay.
Play with the babes.
Teach them how to play some
Other than that,
CS.
maybe someday. When they get a computer,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
some
yeah.
deathmatch practice.
There you
Practice
go.
1-on-1.
Just absolutely like
Mm-mm.
smoke them. They're like, oh, Uncle Bear's is coming. We play some CS.
Gotta learn hard.
Yeah. And you
Exactly. What
pull
about
off
you?
a 360 no scope on him. Like, oh, Uncle Bears. You just like poof,
You know
flashbang.
what?
Pa.
I won't do 360 no scopes. I'm gonna do proper CS. Okay, I'm gonna play properly against them so they can learn. They can learn and then beat other little baby kids in the future. That's the goal.
Doesn't sound fun for them either necessarily.
You gotta have fun in beating the opponent. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. For me, I am going home to Connecticut, see the family.
Yeah.
It's where I'm from, born and raised, baby. Now we're in the Midwest,
Nice.
St. Louis. Wonderful opportunity with
Nice.
UGC. So see some family, eat some good food, and we cook. You know what I mean? I love the food for Christmas, like all the the holiday dishes. They're amazing. And then I'm out to
Mhm.
Florida. I'm gonna go back to my roots, where I went to college. I just moved there. Get a little sun on my face. Look a little pale lately.
Yeah, little
Look like
60 or 70 down there.
yeah. Not too hot. Not too hot. So
Not too hot.
that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. And then
That's pretty good. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's relaxing, enjoying yourself.
maybe some wine by
Less
the
stress.
fireplace. You got
Have some wine by the fireplace. Do it. You would enjoy it, I promise.
You know what? I wanna play a game of Danger Zone VR with you.
Okay, let's do it. Well,
Like that.
I get back in January, but yeah, let's do it. When I get back in January, let's do it.
All right, done deal. Done deal. Bears, thank you as always for coming on. I hope you have a amazing Christmas and holiday. Thank you, my man.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. And same for everybody else. Have a merry holidays. And stay off drugs. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, thanks, Bears. Talk to you soon, pal. Gotta love the sign out. Guys, that's it for this episode of The Reload. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and watching. Huge shout out to UGC for producing the show. Tony, my man, running the graphics, as always. Give me the rock on symbol. Next week, probably get a little creative for the show. We're all going home, spend some time with the holidays. You know what I mean? Gotta take a break from the CS every once in a while. With that being said, we'll get creative. Make sure to tune in every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. We go live with the show. Really appreciate it, guys. My name is Cody Luongo, and I will see you next